Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So, I'm reminded of the movie Boys in the Hood, and it talks about the path of really a bunch of youth, young teenage adults living in a city, in a dangerous city, in a dangerous neighborhood, and growing up involved in the dangerous game of selling drugs and the gangster lifestyle. Now, I understand you have people that come from different backgrounds and whatnot, but you had a character in the story named Ricky. Ricky was a football player. He wanted to play football for his, since he was a child. His father gave him a football prior to him leaving his mother and her disappearing on his mother, and he just clung to football, and I believe that there's some truth in that as far as the background, where they want to make it, they want to be a professional sports player, or they want to be a professional athlete, or they want to be a musician, do something where they're going to be famous and make a lot of money and enjoy what they do, what they're passionate about. That's a lot of people in this world, right? Just some, they use the loss of a parent, and or they use the a parent not being there, them not being as well off during their upbringing as others, to make it in whatever career or field that they go into. But with Ricky, he had to also combat living in the same hood with other individuals that were jealous of his talent, jealous of his gift. They hated him. They were envious of what he was able to do and where he was going to go. Compared to, living a gangster lifestyle where they're selling drugs. They're dealing with dangerous weapons, along with drugs and poverty, and them seeing that that's their only way out. They don't have a particular gift or a passion for something. They basically, in a way, have settled, but they see it as a win-win for them, because they're selling something that is very popular, that makes a lot of money, but that kills a lot of people, and that they can get rich quicker and be more successful being in the game than going the route that Ricky went. Now, I'm going to go into this facet of the movie. If you have not seen the movie, I suggest you go and watch it. You had the two brothers, Ricky, and you had Doughboy. Doughboy was the drug dealer. Ricky was the one that was going to go into playing football. Now, Doughboy hated Ricky for a lot of reasons. I believe they had different fathers. That's one. Their mother loved one of the fathers more than the other one. And that mother loved Ricky more than she loved Doughboy. That affected both Doughboy and Ricky. That unfortunate dynamic in families is real, even when you have two-parent households. I want you to imagine or think, what if from a two-parent household you had a mother and a father that both favored the son that was into the gangster lifestyle versus the child that was gifted and wanted to go into not only university, but do big things in life that they were going to be successful at, as well as make a lot of money and be recognized and seen. You see, that's my story. That's me. I'm that gifted child that was disliked by both my parents. And the reason why is because God placed me into that family to make change. And they didn't want change. They wanted to still continue to engage in that gangsta lifestyle. But they wanted to put a spin and a twist on it. They wanted to incorporate God into it. And God is not for that. You see, they thought I was not aware. They thought I did not know the background of what they were involved in and what they got into in another state, in another city prior to moving to Texas. And they were not aware of that I knew what they were into throughout my adolescence and my young adult years. But you know what ended up happening to Ricky, right? This is where I was originally going to go, but God took me in that direction, which is tripping me out right now. But I'm going to digress and go back into what happened to Ricky. What happened? Ricky said something to the wrong person in the neighborhood, in the community, that got pissed off. Doughboy came in and said some more stuff that pissed him off even further. And that person decided to kill Ricky and or take him out of commission altogether. He shot at his legs. Well, if he's playing sports, if he's an athlete, that's really going to hinder his ability to go to university and play university ball and then go into professional ball, right? That's going to set him back. That's going to set him down. Then he put gunshot wound through his body, just took him out altogether. So basically, he could have just paralyzed Ricky, right? No, he killed him. He killed him. And you know who helped kill him? Doughboy. Doughboy helped kill him. That's why his mother got so pissed off at him. What did you do? What did you do? I just released a video that spoke on that God's going to ask you, what did you do? Repeatedly. That's what she asked Doughboy. What did you do? What did you do? What did you do to get my boy, my son, my child caught up and killed? Why are you bringing my child home to me dead? What did you do? That movie is deep. You're right. I said it correctly. That mother of his hated Doughboy. Because that mother of his settled for Doughboy's father, more than likely, after she was left by Ricky's daddy. When she was expecting, when she was thinking, when she was believing she was going to have a completely different life than the reality that she was in. She didn't expect to be in that neighborhood, around all those gangsters, around all the violence and the drugs. No, she didn't plan on that. She didn't expect that. She expected to be out of that, away from that, with Ricky's dad. So she blamed not only Doughboy and Doughboy's father for her situation, but she low-key blamed herself as well, too. She did. She blamed herself because she made the wrong decision. She made the wrong choices. She did things out of order. She did not marry Ricky's daddy before she got pregnant. No, she got pregnant expecting that Ricky's daddy was going to stick around and or do right by her and marry her and do the right thing, and that didn't happen. How many families are out there like that? Single parent homes. This is nothing new. What's currently happening today in the world was happening back in the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s. It's just gotten worse. But the fucked up part about it is, and I'm not even gonna go in all the way on this, but it really just it flipped me out a little bit when I even spoke on the similarity to that movie based on what happened with me in my life. Usually your parents will want you to be successful. They will put support behind the child that has the gifts and whatnot, right? But they can also choose to put their love and support behind the child that they want to do dirty things in life, toxic things in life, ill things in life, to uphold the family name, the legacy, so to speak. Do you know that there are people that are into some really low down, evil, wicked stuff that want to continue that in their family? They want to keep that going. They don't want to do things the right way. They don't want to be seen as reputable, upstanding. No, they want to pretend to be reputable and upstanding, but then behind the scenes be involved in some wicked shit. Some gangsta stuff, drugs, thievery, setups, attacks, and so on and so forth. See, that's where I come from, and seeing my parents, they wanted to keep me away from that. They tested me. They tested me in certain areas to see if I would be down for doing and or engaging in some of those behaviors. And when they realized that I was not, that's when they chose to turn on me and try to sabotage anything that was good in my life. Because they realized I was not going to be a part of the family business, so to speak. What they did not expect was for me to even be alive. They expected to cash out on that insurance policy that they took out on me long time ago. They saw me as a fucking job. And I wanted to better the family name. I was thinking big. I was thinking businesses for the family. I was thinking business. They didn't like that. Because I wanted to take things in a different direction than what they were used to doing. See, they weren't thinking about that. They weren't even thinking about me even engaging in that type of change within the family. No, if I was not going to be a part of what they had already established, they didn't want me a part of anything. Ricky did not get set up to get killed the way that he did. He didn't get set up like that, no. He was unfortunately a product of his environment. Because he was in an environment where people like Ricky are not liked and or are hated on because of their gifts, their talents and whatnot, They are targets. They're targets in a community like that. Imagine being a target not only in that community that Ricky came from, but being a target in upper echelon communities as well too. Because you know that they get down dirty in all different areas, right? It's not just the low down areas. It's also the upper echelon areas where they can get down and dirty. They just have usually more money to do it, as well as more resources to do it. I did a video a few days ago about the resources that people have used in the wrong way being taken away from them. Go and watch that movie, because there's a lot of truth in that movie. And it's not just about the dynamics within the Ricky and Doughboy family situation, but with Trey and his father and his mother. Because Trey comes from a single parent household as well too. But at least the two parents had some sense. They want the best for their child, even if they were not going to be together. And both of them were doing great things, even though they were not together. Usually it's one-sided, and sometimes both sides of the family ain't got shit going for them, trying to raise a kid. It's deep. What's fucked up is your parents, the parents that will. This is the fucked up, messed up is parents, two parents that are together, right? That are together because they're both thinking the same thing, both have the same mentality, both. And think about it. One set of parents could be just low down and dirty, right? And grimy in their behavior. And then another pair of parents could be upper echelon and or have a better attitude about how to deal with their children and whatnot, and making sure their children have everything they need. And then you can have the pair of parents that's right there in the middle, where one is and one is not. Imagine having two parents that are both teaming up to take out their own fucking child. Imagine that. Both of them using their own family to do it, coming up against one child. Ain't that some fucked up bullshit? So, I'm just saying this, imagine that you're in this family and you're seeing this behavior from a toddler, and you're picking up on everything day after day after day that they're doing. People that they're sending against you, turning your own neighbors against you, your friends against you, any kind of friendships or good things that you have in your life, whatever you're gifted at, turning that against you, taking stuff from you, setting you up for sabotage, setting you up for disappointment, setting you up to be attacked and abused by other people, mentally, physically, sexually, for years. Pimping your own child out to other individuals to take advantage of for their gain. It's some messed up shit. It's messed up. You know what that can do to somebody? You know what that would do to somebody? And that's what they expected. Oh my goodness, they're in trouble. Oh my goodness, they're in trouble. They're in so much trouble. They're in, oh my goodness. And then me not even wanting what's coming to them to happen to them, but I don't have a choice in that, because I didn't make the choices that they made. They have to answer to the consequences of their actions and their choices. I'm gonna leave it at that. Gotta go. Bye.